Hi there, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and today is another Smash Your Stash video. This is a collaboration hosted by Bourbon Creek's Craft, and those of you that follow me for any length of time know this is one of my most favorite collaborations where we focus on one item in our stash and try and use it up, or at least, make an effort in trying to use it in the month. Now this month we were focusing on scraps. I have used scraps a lot in the past little bit, and so I wanted to do something a little bit different. And what I thought I would do is use some of the smaller scraps. I'm going to insert a clip of a video here showing some of the small scraps that I have, and that's really what I focused on. Now this bin here is my teeny tiny scraps. I've got a bunch of like smaller, medium size, and then some larger. My plan is really to focus more on the smaller stuff as opposed to the larger stuff. These could easily be used on scrapbook layouts, and so I don't have a problem, letting these hang out for a little while longer. I also have in here a bunch of packaging. Obviously I could use them to make cards, and I probably will do that for some, but a lot of these are 49 and Market, Vicky Bouton kind of packaging. You guys, it's just too pretty to not use, right? So I'm thinking cards, or even maybe throwing them in an art journal. Oh, that's something different. Yeah, maybe throwing them in an art journal as kind of a start for a page on an art journal. I don't know. Like, look at, aren't those pretty? I mean, the obvious and easiest is just to make cards out of them. But something like this would be a great layering piece on an art journal page, I think. Or even something like that. They're just so pretty. I wish they weren't glossy. Because I definitely would probably use them more on a scrapbook page if they weren't glossy. But I do have quite a few of them. See, isn't that beautiful? That would make a gorgeous Christmas card. Anyways, I digress. So I do have these in the bin as well, but for now, we're going to focus on the smaller and medium-sized scraps. So what you see in front of me are a couple journals. They're kind of like turning into sticker book / collage journals, and that's what I used primarily to use up some of these small scraps. This bigger one you guys have seen a few times in my videos. I call it my flat journal. It's basically where I don't add any dimension if I can avoid it, just to keep it somewhat flat. So if I open this up, I will show you some of the items that I have used. So on this particular layout here, I used this packaging and this packaging, and this was a bigger piece of scraps. This was also a larger piece. It was a packaging. I really like this washi tape that I got from Pink Fresh in one of the classes. I thought the colors went really well with this piece. Now you may be wondering, is this page done? Not necessarily. This is a work in progress journal. So as I come across stuff, I stick it in here. Sometimes I embellish it more, and other times I just leave it as is. What is the right way of saying it? Its purpose will come eventually. On this particular page, I used some more packaging, and these were other scraps. This was packaging, so you could see that's what I was focused on. More packaging here, and some scrap leftover bits from some mixed media playing that I was doing with. I've also, you can see, embellished it with some stickers. I have a sticker book that I got off of Amazon, and it's kind of got like these vintage stickers in them. And on a recent craftcation, I thought it would be fun to use some of those up. So that is spread throughout my journals. The page that I showed previously with the butterflies was also all from there. And then the last one I want to share in this book, again, more packaging. And then these were just some corners that I wanted to use up, some corner tabs. And on this one, these stickers were down before, but I added this piece of 49 and Market packaging, and this is a sticker from that sticker book. And all three of these pieces were laid down at different times. It was never intentional. It's just a matter of me wanting to use stuff up and coming across something that I thought went well. I like the colors in the cat. with the colors that I had already laid down with this particular combination. Okay, let's get on to the new journal. So I'm calling this my my scrappy art journal. I've got a little introductory here. Basically, it just says, this is my scrappy art journal where I cut and paste with abandon with no sense of purpose other than the joy found in the experience, using just leftover bits from other crafty endeavors. The inspiration comes from a conversation with friends saying we should just have a journal where we paste our favorite scrappy bits, those bits that we love just too much that we can't just part with, or that we just can't part with. And so these are my favorite bits. So you'll see here that I've done a bunch of collages with some of the leftover bits. Some of them are a little bit more developed than others. This kind of model with these squares is based on inspiration from, oh, what's her name? I can't remember it offhand. If I can find it, I will include it here. I took an art journaling class with her on collage, and that's what this is inspired from. I love this paper, so I just thought it made sense to use it in here. This is from Crepe Paper Mistletoe. In this case, I actually knew the collection name, so I did include it. Am I going to do that all the time? Maybe, maybe not. I can see me using some leftover Christmas stickers as little embellishments for these collage bits. These are leftover bits of the branding strip. I just think it's fun to look at. This particular book was meant to be a bullet journal book, and so the papers are on the thinner side, so I have glued some of them together just to give a little bit more stability, as well as to cut down on some of the bulk that this book might have. This is from American Crafts Be a Valiant Poppy and Pear. Again, branding strips. And these were just little leftover bits that I thought went together, and then I had this little typewriter scrap that I trimmed out and added in here. Will it have wording in here? Maybe at some point, or maybe not. It's just fun to look at. And then this is just a real kind of scrappy quilt inspired. I really like how this one turned out. I overlap some of the pieces. I just think it's fun. And then branding strips and more packaging. Packaging was just too pretty to get rid of, so why not throw it in this book? So that, my friends, is how I used up scraps this month. I hope you are inspired to think maybe of different ways that you can use your scraps if you just can't seem to part with them. And be sure to check out the other collaborators. It is the hashtag collaboration, which means in the description and in the title of this video, there is a hashtag. If you click on that, that should bring up everybody else that is participating this month. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, happy crafting.